We're here! Monday! Guess what? I have exciting news. You have all been invited back to preference round. So woo! And even more exciting news. Can you? Cool. Even more exciting news, if you maximize your options tonight, we're going to discuss that, I'm going to go over that with you. You will be guaranteed a chapter tomorrow. Here at the University of Oklahoma, we want to make sure if you make it through to this round that we will guarantee you a chapter tomorrow if you maximize your selections tonight. So we're going to be reviewing this. You will attend your preference parties that you've been invited to. You will get your schedule today at 4 p.m. to make sure that you're on your hall floor at 4. Once you're done with your last party tonight, you will need to come immediately back here to Gym Thor, okay? So make sure that you do that. Okay, you will receive a white card, and it looks like this, and you will also get your blue card when you come into Gym Thor. You will come in, it will be really, you need to be quiet, silence. It's for you to make your selections on and for you to think of what you want to do, as this is going to be a lifelong commitment that you're making. Lifelong, that is correct. Okay, make sure you fill out both sides of the card. I have to read from a script because I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Okay, make sure you fill out both cards that you'd like to receive a bid from. First and then second, okay? It has a number here. First preference, second preference. Okay? If you went to 1 and you want to fill out a binding agreement for that one, then you'll just put your first preference, okay? You can only fill out the card for the chapters that you have visited this evening. You can't add any other chapters that you didn't go to or make up a new chapter. Okay? Great. Something that's really, really important is that you read everything. You carefully read it before you sign it, okay? Read any contracts. This is a contract. Read any contracts that you've ever signed. I got myself into a 2-year tanning contract that I did not know I was putting myself into because I didn't read. So make sure that you read your contract, okay? It is a binding agreement, so once you sign it, I can't go back and do anything for you, okay? And you can't as well. So once you sign it, it binds you. And I'll tell you to what. Okay, if you have 2 stories and you place both of them on your card, then you are guaranteed one of those chapters tomorrow. So if you have 2, you place both of them on your card, then you are guaranteed one of them tomorrow. You also have the option not to maximize. So if you have 2 sororities and only place 1 sorority on your card, you are not guaranteed a chapter tomorrow, and that is called intentional single preferencing. Okay, your road gamers probably went over that with you last night. It's intentional single preferencing. Any questions that you have about this, I'm going to go over it even a little bit more. Any questions you have about this, you are to come to me tonight. I will be here and sitting here answering any questions, okay? So if you have any questions at all when you're signing this contract, you come to me. Do not get your information from chapter members because this is really confusing and it's not, they're not the experts on this, okay? So chapter members, and plus you shouldn't be sharing what you are gonna do. This is confidential, so you shouldn't share that with chapter members, don't. And also your road gamers will direct you to me if you're asking them a question that they aren't for sure about. So come to me if you have any questions. No one can make this decision tonight whether you maximize your options or whether you ISP, intentional single preferencing. This has to be up to you. So you're going to ask your organizers, what do you think I should do? You might ask me tonight, what do you think I should do? And we're going to tell you it has to be what you feel most comfortable with. This has to be your decision. If you have 1 sorority that you've been invited back to, and you place that sorority on your card, then you are guaranteed that sorority tomorrow. You are guaranteed that sorority tomorrow, so yay, it's exciting. I'm going to read this card in depth, so you know what it says. First is I'm willing to accept an invitation to membership from any women's sorority, fraternity. The majority of our sororities were founded as fraternities. So if you see that, they were founded as fraternities, all women's groups. You're joining all women's groups. I may limit my choices to just one, or list any of the women's fraternities whose preference around last event I attended and from which I'm willing to accept membership. I realize that by not listing the maximum number of events I attended, I may be limiting my potential to join any other NPC group during the formal recruitment should I not be placed with my choices. Okay, so you don't maximize tonight, there's not a guarantee for tomorrow. Once I submit this agreement to OU Panhellenic Association, I cannot change the order of preferences or add or delete a preference. So once you're done here, you're done, okay? If I do not receive an invitation to membership from a group that I have listed, I'm eligible for continuous open bidding, okay? That is only for the women if you intentional single pref and you don't get matched with the chapter that you listed here, then you would be eligible for our continuous open bidding process, which starts on bid day at 2. I do not know which chapters participate in that, and I will not know until the day is over with, okay? So it just depends on numbers and which chapters want to participate. So please note that we don't know, and that our chapters that participate every year are different, so it's hard to tell who's going to participate this year. There's no guarantee there. I have an option of not submitting an agreement at this time. So if you go to your parties tonight and then you don't want to submit an agreement, still come here, and then you will just fill out the top part, but you won't sign the bottom part. And you can ask me if you have any questions about that. And obviously, if you don't submit an agreement, then you're open for continuous open bidding. Once I submit this agreement, I am bound by the National Panhellenic Conference 1 calendar year rule. This rule states that if I receive an invitation to membership from a group that I have listed and then do not accept it, I am not eligible to be pledged until the beginning of the next primary membership recruitment period. So if you list 2 and you will get matched with one of those chapters, you can be pledged, but you cannot join another NPC group for a calendar year. Okay? So if you get a bid tomorrow, your program passes you out a bid, and that means that you have been matched with a chapter. Awesome. Okay, so 3 options. You may choose not to complete the form tonight. You may choose to list 2 chapters that you're willing to accept a bid from whose events you last attended. If you receive an invitation to membership, just remember you may not pledge any other NPC sorority on this campus for 1 calendar year. And then the 3rd, you may choose to only list 1 preference but you must understand that this will limit your potential to join any other NPC group during the formal recruitment period should you not be placed with your single choice. Okay, if you're not matched tomorrow, you are open for continuous open bidding. Okay, got it? Understand it? Got questions? We don't like this.
I was just so if you don't have any houses tomorrow and a house decides that they want you, they're going to call you for continuous?
Continuous open bidding, she said, if you don't get matched tomorrow because you didn't maximize your options tonight, then our continuous open bidding, yes, the women know, our chapters know who doesn't match, and so they might reach out to you. But if you are interested in continuous open bidding, you will just contact me the first week of classes, and there's a little small form that you fill out, and that lets the chapters know that you're interested. Any other questions? Okay. Once you're done in Jim Thorpe filling out your card, you cannot change your mind, like I said, and you'll go to the computer lab, and we'll have Rogamans that, it's going to be in Gould Hall Computer Lab, but we'll have Rogamans point you in that direction just in case you haven't been to Gould Hall this week. Okay, we're going to go through the PowerPoint. Okay, so you will have your blue card and your white card when you're going to the computer lab tonight. And then you will do the same thing you've been doing. If you have problems with your ID, your password, you still will go to Gould Hall and fill it out because we will have someone there that can get you into the system. So you'll submit, and then you'll hit the recruitment tab, and then you will go to selection. And today you will hit final day selection. Yeah, that's exciting. We're almost done. Okay, so what you will have here is you only have two boxes. Listen up, really important. You will have two boxes. All your chapters will be in the left tonight, and you'll be moving them to the right. Okay, so if you maximize your options, then two of them will be to the right. If you do not maximize your options, let's say you have two and you move one, then you only move one to the right. You don't move both of them to the right. Okay? You have a choice tonight to leave chapters in the available spot. Okay? You have a choice to leave it. Where other nights you did not have a choice to leave. Okay? The chapters. Then there's this agreement, the same agreement that's on your white card. You will sign it, or you'll save it, and then we'll have a student life staff member come by just to verify what you've done on the computer to make sure that that's what you wanted, or to make sure that's what was on the card. And then you're done. You're not printing tonight because we have the white card to verify what you did. Okay. Great? You feel good? Yeah.